I didn't press one button out of everything. Rip everything. I didn't press one button. The one button that I was just like, oh, I'll push that beforehand. We'll be fine. We'll absolutely be fine. I just was muted during the entire intro. So I pushed the button on tweets and things. We have games. So Spectrum didn't get to hear my rant about them just now on how they provide crappy internet, and we dumbed down the output. But yeah, I agree with whatever it says. So Spoiled Sack and also Omentua, thank you so much for the follows as we get into this. So let me just go ahead and restart. I am Bahamut, your caster. Spoiled Sack, thank you for the 100 bits.
That button you're missing.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally right there. I appreciate that. All right, so we did have some map bans as we get into this. This is a Division 2 Heroes Lounge matchup. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Montreal-style Beigels, and on the right, it is going to be Fat Rattata. Then we get into the map bans. That's a weird transition. The coin flip was won by Montreal-style Beigels. They banned out Sky Temple. Infernal Shrines was banned out by Fat Rattata. And then we're going to be having BOE picked up by Montreal-style Beigels. Sorry so much for the delay. There were audio issues. There were internet issues. There was everything. Everything could have gone wrong today. Went wrong today. Alright, we got games. I'm done being upset at Spectrum, which I'm not. I'm gonna call them afterwards and be like, yo, I got a stream at like other priced internet and I pay you for more. That ain't cool. Alright, so we have a Garrosh and Diablo being banned out on the left-hand side. Right-hand side is going to be taking out the Maiev and Greymane, so they're going to be taking out more of the Immortal race. We do have that Stukov first picked on the right-hand side, and it looks like they're going to be going for the Toronto ETC. That's a nice combo and setup as we have this sign off. It's 2:20 a.m. Wow, thank you so much for coming by, at least dropping the follow and checking out the games. I know it took a while to get us started there. Also, just Lupus, EK, Rio, Spoiled Sack, Kriv, Omen, Faye, Spoiled Sack, thank you.
This will pay for the stamp for you, a Spectrum hate mail.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, alright, so welcome everybody. Sorry if I missed you in chat. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for checking out these awesome games. Okay, so we have a Stukov Joanna and a Li Ming on the side of that Tata. I have this this Tyrande and ETC. I'm a little frazzled. I was thinking that they could actually go into the Jaina on that side, but we are in ban phase, so they go ahead and take out the Zeratul. They don't want to deal with any of that backline dive. They could just honestly take away more race here. They could take out something like a Vala, or they could take out Hanzo. Either or are really good options. I know Lunara was played last night on Battlefield of Eternity by the members of Thrice Pi. Fake Holes and EK, thank you so much for the follows. Everyone, thank you so much. What division is this? This is Division 2, Phantom Puppy. I actually pick up a lot of Division 2 games. They always fall right there. But thank you all for joining. Welcome. It seems like I have fixed the issues by making my internet or my outputs potato. I love you all for being here. You are the best. Thank you. Spoiled Sack and everyone else, thank you for the donations and the follows. I'm glad you enjoyed my muted rant. Just absolutely really good. All right, we have an Alarak and a Gul'dan being picked up here. Gul'dan will have some great poke and set up with that damage over time going into some of those backline members. We have Alarak who then can pull in and engage a little bit harder. Non-champion, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Seemed pretty similar how she was before. Oh, Rio Kai, thank you so much. I love you all. Ivan plays Artanis. Now they have to accidentally choose Artanis. Yo, what's up, Kriv? I was talking back to Kriv. I meant Rag. What's up, Rag? It's gonna be a Thrall and a Rainer. I'm absolutely just saying hi to everybody in Twitch chat. Kriv and Rag, how you doing? Okay, so they go for the Rainer. They go for the Thrall. Thrall's gonna be that solo lane into maybe the Alarak. They could go for something else in their solo lane, but Alarak could be in that position. They could pick up a little bit more for their front line if they wanted. Going into the Thrall, I mean, they could pick up like a Dahaka. That's not the best. Sonya actually isn't horrible, but it's going to be Ralph for the solo lane into that Thrall. I actually really like the Rainer pickup because it does offer a little bit into some of the the race potential because you can grab the exterminator at level 1. And that just really bolsters. I think it takes it, its damage to the immortal will be increased by 100%, and then when you're in spider, I think it goes up to 125 or 150. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. But I like this. I'm really, really digging both these drafts as we're gonna get into this. Okay, between the two teams, who do I kind of favor in this? I like the solo lane from the members of Montreal style Beigels, but Fat Rattata. I listened to that pronunciation a bunch just for you today, Rag. Just for Rag. And it's probably wrong either way. But honestly, between the two teams, I like the solo lane on the side of Montreal style Beigels. Fat Rattata does have a little bit more fight, and those reset potentials could be big for them. I'm just hooked. Like, I love the band Rattata, and it just like my brain's just like that's what you default to every single time. But we have a game. Let's go ahead and get into that. Use these fancy changes here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into this. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Montreal-style Beigels with Thordrios going to be on the Gul'dan. We're going to go with Jorm. That's as much as I'm going with that one. Is going to be on the Alarak. Fairy Dragon will be on the Tyrande. Mr. Christie on that ETC. And we'll be having Fiducia on the Urel. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Fat Rattata. We're going to be having Krovax. Yeah, Krovax is going to be on the Thrall. We're going to be having Loyal Knight going to be on the Joanna. Crazy Ivan will be on the Li Ming. Stukov is going to be played by Fury Whip. And Green Pickles is going to be playing Raynor. I was going to say being played by Raynor. Someone who didn't pick Beetle. Their Psychic just predicted the future numeric meta after today's patch. I actually agree. I saw that and I actually giggled to myself. Spoiled Sack, thank you for the 100 bits. I will resend your alert once we get out of this game number 1 here. But until then, let's go ahead and get into this. I will do my best to pay attention to more of the game than Twitch chat. Yesterday was a lot easier because I had Fallinger doing all the motion camera for me. Jorm taking a lot of damage here, gonna be needing to back out. They do not get the kill. Condemn coming up from the Loyal Knight, staking way too far forward there. And actually, the Mr. Christie gonna be the first one to go down as Crazy Ivan gets that little extra damage in, but it was actually the Joanna with the kill. Raynor will be going down, so a 1-for-1 trade as we get into the start of this. Now, just peeking up at top lane, we do have Fiducia going into Krovax, and it's going to be a little bit of a difficult fight for that Thrall. We'll see how they end up working out. You know what's really funny? Before I went live, I didn't push that button on my mixer, and I was like, man, I'm going to forget this, and when we have one of those moments where, like, I don't realize it, and I was like, well, at least luckily the delay is only 20 seconds, but I literally thought about the fact that I was going to probably mess that up and still did it. Just kudos to me. Just so smart. We do have the Immortal popping up in about 1:30 here, so we should see the teams break off 1 or 2 members just to go ahead and grab their siege camp for the mid lane. I was also scanning some of the level 1 talents here, and it looks like we do not have the Exterminator. Wow, these body blocks coming out from Loyal Knight with the silence coming out from Fury Whip. Mr. Christie so low with just 6 health. I think that's as low as it went there. A lot of damage going to be coming out into Crazy Ivan. Loyal Knight making sure that they're going to be taking any sort of that stray damage coming out into them. Fiducia pushing into Krovax in this top lane still. Seems like it's going to be pretty good, at least in favor of Urel, and Krovax is doing a good job of just kind of freezing the wave as it comes up to the gate. This is something you can do when you know you're not going to be able to win the lane. You don't have to win the lane. You can always just play it a little bit slow, play it a little bit safe. Oh, Spoiled Sack, you're awesome. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that, my friend. Alarak went the wrong level 1 talent. I could see that. It's something momentum, is it not? Ruthless momentum. And usually we see the Discord strike stacks, or we see the lightning strike, the lightning surge stacks. Those are typically the two. Or even if they go into that solo lane, they usually go for the sustain lightning, if I'm not mistaken. That was when there was a lot of Alarak solo lane play right around, I think, when Braxis Holdout came out, because that was just like Alarak's aggression was really good on that map for point control in the solo lane. But then we got things like Urel, Blaze, and the solo lane also developed further, I think, over time, and so I think it became harder for people like Alarak to really have that kind of viability there. But it still is something that can be run, and it still can work out. But we just have these. It's just that it comes back to that argument as we have in the past so often. well, there's just other heroes that are better at that role. So, like, yeah, if you're super comfortable and you're a God Alarak, that'll probably work out for you. If you're not really, then it's not going to work out, as Thrall will not be working out right there. They do get picked off, and that will be the first kill during this Immortal phase. The halftime period goes, and it is going to be in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. Power Slide coming out from ETC. That is going to be the telekinesis from the Alarak. Fury Whip in a really bad spot, and they do get the kill. Green Pickle seems to be the next target. They get pulled in, and that is going to be the kill onto the Rainer. Nice telekinesis coming out. Power Slide from Mr. Christie. Unstoppable is going to be used on that Joanna. Corvax is going to get a little bit more poke on that level one. Well, actually, excuse me, no. For a second, I was just like, yeah, it's Crash Lightning. And I was like, wait, no. Like, nobody takes Crash Lightning, really. It looks like they are going to be trying to just burn this down as quickly as they can. Loyal Knight trying to do as best they can also just to poke onto this. Crazy Ivan doing the best that they can, also just dumping the damage from a distance with this Li Ming. Running a little low on mana, and it is also getting blocked out by the 2 tanks, which is a nice play coming out from the members of Montreal style Beigels, but they are going to be advancing onto this, and I think they're going to be able to take the race as Joanna is pushing the Gul'dan off this point. We have a lot of damage going on to Green Pickles. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the kill. Thrall is able to get away. The inspiration does come out from Green Pickles. They're trying to whittle this thing away as Crazy Ivan has also gone ahead and grabbed the well just to get that mana back. Loyal Knight's going to step up, pop the Iron Skin. They want to take this. It looks like we are going to be having a DC from one player. I don't know if that is... Oh, Alarak is just going to be getting killed there. And that is going to be first Immortal of the game. I guess no pause. They haven't said anything. And I'm just not gonna assume. So it's just I'm gonna let them do it if they want to. Oh, there it is. All right. Boop. Hello. Let's see. I need to probably reopen one of these websites, and it's gonna relaunch that. Oh my god. Oh no, it restarted it. Hold on. Really quickly. Thank you, Swelled Sack.
Tie at Bahamut Gaming for keeping HOTS content going. Hashtag save hosts.
And then also Spoiled Sack. Wait. Resend. There we go. Thank you so much for gifting the subscription to Ryokai. Ryokai, enjoy your gilded beard and your Asmo Pogs.
Will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that gifted sub. That is so awesome of you. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. All right, looks like we got this. I'm going to go ahead and bring us right back into this. All right, pause is gone. Teams are back. Thank you once again, Spoiled Sack, for that gifted tier 1 sub to Ryokai. Ryokai, enjoy your gilded beard, and we have this push going into the bottom lane. We also have the Alarak, who has rejoined the game at this time. Jorm will be coming back down into this bottom lane. Looks like the solo laners have gone up into tops. There's a lot of damage coming out into Mr. Christie, but it seems like they'll just back away absolutely fine. They're going to be pushing into this fort. The Immortal is pretty strong still, so I think they should be able to pick this up. That will be periodic catapult pressure, periodic catapults, as well as a little bit more passive experience gain in favor for those members on the side of Fat Rattata, and we have a kill onto Mr. Christie. This Immortal is still pushing up, but it doesn't look like the team is going to be joining it. We do have this solo lane once again just kind of peeking up between these two members, Grovax and Fiducia, and Yrel is winning this lane. I mean, it is kind of to be kind of expected, just, I wouldn't say mathematically or anything like that, but just by kind of our meta and the way that these two heroes play into each other, that kind of is how it works out. I think they did get a scout onto the Rainer during that rotation, so they're just going to play by the gate. You might have gotten a little bit of vision from their friendly minion wave, and they will be grabbing this siege camp in the top lane. We do have all members rotating into top. Jorm walking right by Loyal Knight. And there's some corruption stacks going to be going out in favor for the member of Gul'dan. Now we have that kind of wait right before 10. Do have those siege camp pushing in through top. Alarak rotates back into bottom lane. Looks like Thrall's going to be doing the exact same thing, but Loyal Knight taking a little bit of damage here. Fairy Dragon going to be getting out, making sure that they stay healed up as best they can. Thrall just going to be going ahead and soloing in bottom lane. Also did finish the Echo the Elements, that level 1 quest, so it's nice to have that already done for them. Loyal Knight, though, in a bit of a bad spot. I don't think they have the Iron Skin, and that is going to be a kill into the Joanna. We should have the timers for the Immortals fairly soon as well. This will probably time out for them. It is pretty early into the game, so it's not going to be the biggest deal. But it still is going to be some experience going over. And while we talk about experience, at least I can show some of those numbers. Before we get to those 10 talents, it's probably going to be fairly close between the two teams when they get these heroics. Almost simultaneously, I would assume, between the two. I'm using this time to chug tea, sorry. Alright, so we have camps being picked up across the map. We are going to be having tents for both teams picked up as well. Nothing too out of the ordinary that we're seeing. Flailing Swipe for the Stukov, going to be going for that massive disengage if they do have that ETC Mosh pop up at any point. Horrify is going to be coming out from the Gul'dan, so we're going to have to watch for some sort of anti-synergy potentials with that. ETC stepping up really far, and a lot of damage is going to be put onto them, almost getting just shredded there. They do back off. Pushel going to be coming out from the Stukov. We're going to pull away our talents and at least just show you all this great fight that's going to be breaking out here. And they're looking for some way to just work their way onto this Immortal. They do have good poke from Crazy Ivan. Looks like they do have the Irel in top lane, who was going to clear out the camp, but there's a lot of damage coming out. That is going to be the ETC going down. Thrall with the Sundering. They get the double kill onto the Alarak and the Gul'dan. The Fairy Dragon is getting chased by Loyal Knight. Fiducia seems to be retargeted on. They said, you know what, those two aren't worth it. We're just going to go ahead and burn down this Immortal. We'll then hit the halftime show. Crazy Ivan's going to be going back for that mana, and they'll be able to burn this down as it is on their friendly side. They're going to just try and weaken the shields on the left-hand side here. That's the best thing that you can do in this situation. Not stepping up, not trying to take a fight. You clear out the ways that you need to clear, for example, that top lane, and you take out as much shielding as you possibly can. It isn't a ton, where apparently I spilled tea all over my desk because I don't know how to drink liquids. I just put my hand down in a puddle of tea. Whoopsie. It's my kind of night. Ooh, actually, nice corruption maybe coming out. Jorm with a telekinesis, but no big follows up to be had. Now we have this Immortal in the top lane pushing through. This should get quite a bit of value for them, but unless, oh my god, the Starfall going to be coming out. There's a lot of damage, and Silence going to be going into the ETC once again, being picked off here. Jorm going to be the target. That is going to be the Counter-Strike, but it's not enough as Sundering, actually, excuse me, it's going to be the Rainer stealing away the kill. I thought Sundering was the reason for that because the body just ragdolled, and that's a lot of value from the second Immortal of the game, sub 10 minutes into the game. They're going to be pushing up onto this keep front gate, and they're going to get a decent amount of value with this. These can show you some of the other stats here. I love, like, the Aliab's like stats. The 1 through 6 keys are just so helpful. The only key like that I never use is, I think, 3, which is your APM, which I don't know if stream would ever care about that. We do have Krovex taking a lot of damage here. Nice Horrify coming out. Silence will be there. They're going to be trying to get as much with that Chain Lightning as possible, but it's not going to work out for them. They do get the pick onto the Thrall here. Fiducia going to be diving into that backline. Green Pickles is going to have to back up a little bit here. That is the Immortal still working on this top lane keep. Counter-Strike going to be coming out from the Alarak, dodged by the members of that Rattata. And that, ooh, Blessed Shield going to be coming out, but the Silence also, no connection onto that. The Loyal Knight is so low on mana. They walked forward for that regen glow, but look, it is almost going to get them killed. And they get out thanks to the Flailing Swipe from Fury Whip. Whew. That right there was a push. This top lane keep getting absolutely wrecked there. No, they'll still have it up though. They won't have consistent catapult pressure. Sentinel does come out from Tyrande, scouting them out over here. They could go for this camp if they wanted to, but it doesn't seem like that is going to be the case at this time. They just don't want to take any sort of risk while they're down the talent tier. Maybe just turtle up, let some of the waves come to them, get the clear as they can, and, well, that's pretty much just going to be it. Swilsack, thank you for the 100 bits for some bounty. That was good. That was very, very good. Yeah, there you go. Just if anyone was curious what APMs look like. It's like this like little bit of eerie silence right before we go ahead and get right into like the next fight. They want to take a fight on the side of Fat Rattata, but they can't. because they're just not allowing them to have it. 13s do to get achieved on the side of Montreal style Beigels. They start to push up into this top lane. They want to have that constant catapult pressure. They do have a decent wave with them. Maybe they go for it here. A lot of the cooldown, a lot of the heroics are off cooldown. That is a nice Discord strike coming out. That is a Blessed Shield, I believe, as well. Sundering is going to be there. Horrify as well. Green Pickles is just going to be targeted. The healing is so good for them, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as they get Goomba'd by Fiducia. They seem to move their way on to Loyal Knight. The pustule is getting spread from each member. Krovix is so low. The blinds are there, but it's not enough, and they seem to be on a warpath on the side of Montreal style Beigels as they get the silence onto Fear Whip. They don't have the flailing swipe or anything like that. They've got some slows, which will help. And I think that'll buy them enough time, and they are able to make their way out of this. That was a really good play coming out from Montreal style Beigels. Okay, see, that time I managed to drink my tea without spilling it. Proud of myself. They move in over onto this. They are going to be able to trigger the halftime point for this. Thrall will be up for the other half of the Immortal race, but that's the thing is Thrall's going to be up for the second half, and oh, this isn't going to be good, and they do get a pick onto that Raynor. The stagger death is really big for them, but do they get Jorm? They have the telekinesis to make themselves get out, and that is a nice play from the Alarak, making sure they're not going to be dying, and they just have a couple hundred health. They also have 102 of the sadism stack, so that is a big factor for them to make sure that they're going to be able to get that extra damage out. Loyal Knight and crew need to make sure that they step up and get a decent amount of pressure onto this as they don't have their Raynor. Now the thing is, bottom lane does have Siege Camp pushing in. That will be cleared out by the Alarak. Top lane should win out most of the time. We are going to be having a catapult in that odd wave that's going to be crashing in a minute. They are going to be trying to work their way onto this Loyal Knight and crew. Are going to be staying around. That's a nice Horrify coming out. They're trying to find their way onto some of those backline members, but the Horrify actually pushing them a little too far out of position there. That is going to be Fiducia getting the Righteous Hammer, trying to push them into that Starfall. It's not working out, but meanwhile, they are shredding through this Immortal. Moshpit coming out, interrupted by Crazy Ivan. They go ahead and get the Sundering as well. This is going to be the counter-strike coming out from Alarak. Canceled, maybe? Either way, that is going to be Gul'dan trying to finish this out. They should be able to finish this, unless Thrall gets some sort of crazy stop onto this. It doesn't look like it's going to be happening. They should be able to pick up the third Immortal of the game, but will it cost them 3 members? The Alarak has already gone down that I've missed on the left-hand side. They don't even have the Urel for this fight. They could turn their way over onto the Gul'dan if they do chase it quick enough, but that is not the case. Urel does stop that top lane catapult from getting that pressure that I had talked about during the Immortal phase, and they say, you know what, it's whatever. We've taken out 2 members, now we want to take out Fairy Dragon. That is going to be the reset for Li Ming. They could make their way over onto Gul'dan. Do they have end with this? Urel is hearthing. Nice position right there, getting checked by Crazy Ivan. Oh, the rest of the team does hearth. Okay, they wanted just to keep pressure. They said that they're fine with taking this going down for quite a bit. Ooh. What a good play from both teams. But Fat Rattata is going to be coming. No, here, Sharebot, shut up. Oh my god, why these GGs? Oh, I see. I forgot that I'm 20 seconds behind, and I'm just like, wait, what? Yeah, Phantom Puppy Eye. Well, I agree now that I know the answer, but, you know, hindsight, it's so good to have. What's up, Combo Tripson? What's up, Ember? How you all doing? Here, Sharebot, please go away. Frank, also, how you doing? Sorry, I haven't been really keeping track of Twitch chat very well. Breakwood, I think I have not said hi to you. Also, Yawners, hello! We had to drop stream quality, but I think we have smooth stream, like, we're not dropping frames. We just had to drop the output, which is annoying, but I'd rather have this than a slideshow for you all. So thank you all also for being here. Sorry for all those initial technical difficulties before we got into the start of this matchup. I do appreciate everyone who's hanging out, supporting the channel, and also just typing in chat. You are all the best. I love you. Thank you for being here. They go for the Bruiser Camp. 16-16 in talent tiers. ETC still holding. Trying to get that follow-up onto Thrall. It's not going to be connecting. They do put a lot of damage onto them. A lot of the heroics are off cooldown. They are going to be pressuring and fighting around this. Fiducia taking a fight into this backline might not work out for them. They do have that Divine Steed just to get that mounting speed to get away a little bit quickly. And Crazy Ivan taking a lot of damage. Loyal Knight stepping up huge there. A massive Sundering going to be coming out as well. The Ardent Defender is going to be used by that Urel. They're trying to find a little bit of that extra damage onto them so they can heal up a bit more. Nice, decent damage coming out from both sides from Jorm and Crazy Ivan. Dismount coming out as well. And no one going down. Wow. I was thinking that someone would go down. Oh, nice follow-up. Krovix, though, once again, it's the same targeting. Oh, but that's big. That's an 80-second cooldown that they're going to have to play around now. Mosh Pit's up. Li Ming does have Wave of Force. They do have these options. Playing it safe on both sides, kind of, here. Like this long rotation, Mr. Christie will be just flanking them a bit. They could turn around right onto them, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Mr. Christie, though, taking a lot of damage, will be needing to get some healing quite soon. They need to find some way into this fight. Everyone is absolutely so split here. Go ahead and just pull this out as Green Pickles is taking a lot of damage. Gul'dan is actually going to be going down to the Rainer. I believe it's to the Raider? I didn't even see it. I was just trying to keep everyone in frame here. We do have a little bit of a chase breaking out at this time, and see, no. Just a little bit of poke between the two teams. They move over onto the Immortal, and this will be at least the first half probably going over to the members of Fat Rattata? Rattata, excuse me. It's going to be Mr. Christie, though, I think, getting killed there. That's going to be at least Li Ming reset as they try and dump a little bit more damage in just the direction. Maybe getting... Okay, so it is Banshee MVP. I had to look over at that. Oh. Raiders roll out. We do have this second half spawning. This is going to just be burned down by the members of Fat Rattata. I don't think they can go in on this. No, they're just going to be taking down the shielding. That's realistically all they can do. Raiders definitely roll. It is going to be a 17-19 game. 20s are very close for the members. Fat Rattata. I mean, just ate that. Sorry, I'm looking over at Twitch chat too much. You guys are good. You guys are really good tonight. So we'll be going into the bottom lane. A note for anyone who doesn't know, it's just one of those little game mechanic things. Much like the boss on Brax's Holdout, the Immortals will always go to the most well-defended lane, and so since bottom lane still has a keep, that's why it's pushing into that lane. This is going to be 20 talent tier advantage in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. Is he TC? No, he's not Chen, or maybe he was hanging out with Chen. They go in for this defense. This is going to be a little risky, though. The 20 talent tier is there in favor for the red team. They're going to be pushing in on them, and this looks like they want to go for core. Horrify does come out. They do separate one member. Loyal Knight is able to pop out. The Iron Skin, that is also going to be the Mosh Pit coming out that won't be connecting onto anyone. Sundering does come out. I don't think it caught anyone there. That is also going to be Starfall coming out from the Tyrande just to zone them back a little bit here. ETC with a nice knockback and a nice silence coming out from the Alarak as well. The Counter-Strike will be there, but this core is falling, and it looks like this is going to be game number 1 going over to the members of Fat Rattata. Hi, this is my dog again. I have borrowed your dog Breakwood for this cast. They will return. Drunken Healer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the support. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. Welcome. If you have missed out on any of the information from the first game, I got you covered. Let's go ahead and check out these maps. So the coin flip was initially won by Montreal-style Beigels. They went ahead and banned out Sky Temple. Infernal Shrines was banned out by Fat Rattata. I'm not saying that right. I know I'm not. And so we then go ahead and have the first map chosen by Montreal-style Beigels. It was BOE. They lost that map and chose map pick for game number 2, so they're going to be taking us to Volskaya Foundry. Go ahead and get right back into this draft, and we have a Diablo being banned out and a Maya being banned out. Same thing as the last time. Stop hanging out with my dog when I'm at my job. But don't you want your dog to be a Twitch star? Crooked Smile, hi. Hi, how are you? Oh, Phantom Bagels, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Volskaya, we need an Alexstrasza. I agree. So let's actually talk a little bit about this map. We are having a lot of high mobility banned out by the members of Fat Rattata. We are going to be having Diablo banned out. Do we have another Garrosh ban out coming out from Montreal-style Bagels? Garrosh is a strong contender on this map. We actually have Orphea, who does have a lot of maneuverability, a lot of great poke, and gets a lot of value in these team fights where people just kind of group up on the point. Now, this does open the avenue for Garrosh to be available, as he does have really, really good repositional factors, and that is great. You can toss someone who shouldn't be in the front line into that front line area, but a high prioritization under the Stukov, so they're going to be going ahead and picking that up on the right-hand side. And on the left, I personally say you grab, when you have just the 1-2 before you go into the ban phase, my personal choice always is to pick up your solid tank, your solid support. And if you have an Alexstrasza, that might be a little bit early, but I personally think if you pick up something like a Garrosh and an Alexstrasza, I think those are two great heroes for this map. Garrosh has a self-cleanse, he has a way to AoE taunt, and he also has some self-sustain. He's just a strong boy. Mephisto, though, will be picked up. A lot of good initiation, a lot of good dive. He does work well on this map, but if you are in a retreat path, he doesn't really have great escape, as his escape just kind of puts him right back to where he was escaping from. Malthael will be picked up. That is probably going to be their solo lane, or they'll have that rotate on the top mid, maybe do some quick rotations with on a pale horse, or just through mid-bottom as an option as well. But a Nubrak is going to be picked up. Beetle build. It got a buff today. I'm telling you right now. Josel, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. Oh, come on. Are we gonna talk in French? Yes, that is French in my Twitch chat. Lifebinder and Garrosh, when used correctly, is freaking stupid. I agree, Kriv. How do you feel about those Alexstrasza buffs today? Ban's coming out. It will be that Jaina. It does pair well. There's the Sun from Anubarak. You have Stukov with the Silence. Jaina has really good poke and just overall damage burst on these points. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a support choke here. I would actually say ban out the Alexstrasza. I would absolutely say ban out Alexstrasza here. They do take out the Tyrande, which was run by the members of Montreal style Beigels in the last game. And it was pretty strong. You do have the option for the Garrosh taunt with the Starfall. You could also pick up a Leorc for the solo lane, but Leorc in the solo lane going into Malthael might not be your best bet. I would actually maybe say you go for something like a Thrall in the solo lane into Malthael. You have that Earthquake, and maybe you also grab a Phoenix, so you have that Purification Salvo, but they need to focus on a support. Or maybe they just last pick their support. It will be the Leorc for the solo lane. Ana's going to be grabbed as well, so they're going to be nano boosting the Mephisto. No, Azmodan. They're going to nano boost the Azmodan. My boy is coming. I'm calling it. French people here. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Bahamut. That's my French isn't very good. Fairy Dragon on Alexstrasza is Goddess. I'm talking about buffs. The best hero in Huts. Chen did get some buffs today. We're seeing a fairly, I wouldn't say the same kind of draft, but we are going to be seeing that Li Ming Rainer once again coming out from that Rattata. Excuse me, it's Rattata. There you go. That's how the YouTube pronunciation sounds, is Rattata. So that's how I should be saying it. Azmodan? Absolutely. Always Azmodan. This isn't Silver Team League, my friend. Hey now, I'm in gold. If that's any better, it's gonna be Greymane. That actually makes sense. No, I just love Azmodan. He's my boy. So if you are going to use LB like an Lifebinder, like an Ancestral Healing, you can't position poorly and make the poke. Yeah, that's true. I really like Jimmy pick here personally. They are missing two big parts of the team. That's sad. Double tank into Malthael. That is, we'll see him. I want, this may be a Silver Tea League, you never know what this guy's gonna do. We don't get fun heroes here. No, I'm just kidding. Like last night, I was casting Once Bitten Thrice Pie versus Team Happy Cloud, and they went to a game 3, and Once Bitten Thrice Pie was like, oh, we're in the playoffs, like we're good. Like we don't need to technically win game 3. And so like the way that they had drafted, I was just like, yo, this is a Cho'Gall. Like they're gonna Cho'Gall, and then they didn't. And so I actually messaged Bobo the next day, and I was just like, today I was actually just like, so like I think it was like a picture of like Jim Jameson from the Spider-Man series, like banging a desk, and I was just like, I wanted Cho'Gall for game 3, and he's just like, if anyone picked Cho'Gall on my team, I would kick him off. And I'd be like, dang, that's some serious hate for a great hero. But let's go ahead and get into this game number 2, my friends. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Montreal-style Beigels trying to take us to that game number 3. We have Mr. Christie on the Garrosh. Jorm is going to be on the Malthael. Fairy Dragon on the Ana. We're going to be having Thordos is going to be on the Greymane. We're going to be having Fiducia on the Eoric. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Fat Rattata. With Crazy, I've been playing the Leaving. We'll have Loyal Knight going to be on the Nubrak. Fury Whip will be on the Stukov once again. Green Pickle reprising the role of Raynar, and Krovax, it will be on that solo lane Malthael. They do pick up that on a Pale Horse. We also have a Nubrak going into the Regeneration Master. Yes, they didn't rename it for him. At level 1, so they're going to be picking up those globes. Definitely going to be going for a 4-member rotation between the top and mid. Leoric will be in bottom lane, as well as the Malthael. We'll see those two Diablo boys, Skelly Boy and a Reaper Boy, just fight each other. Just other quickly skimming through some of the level 1 talents. Everything is pretty much normal here. Malthael will be going into, I think, Skull Missile, Unyielding Power. So the Skull Missile is the actual talent. We'll see how those stacks go in these rotations. Question for you, Bahamut. If the Alex Bucks were good at first look, the WC seemed really good. It'd probably make her mono-hungry players. Ah, that's true. I was just actually really excited to see that, like, we had a lot of supports getting buffs. Like, Decker Kane got a buff to his overall healing output, which is pretty good overall. I'm happy when I see support buffs because it encourages people to play and they feel a little bit more impactful. While the team fights may go a little bit longer, yes, and it might be a little bit harder to kill, it might then offer a little bit more strategy into saying, like, all right, well, we can't just dive into a tank. We're going to need to learn how to dive the backline into those heroes that, well, they can't be burst healed unless you have that ancestral healing, or you have there aren't really a lot of great burst healings in the game per se. I mean, there is the chain heal from the Rhaegar. We're going to be having Tyrande with her Celestial, nope, I can't, no, Celestial Attunement I think is the actual talent. Either way, there isn't like big burst healing that, you know, if you do get bursted down by, say, like a Li Ming combo, that you really won't survive through. So it's these things that encourages some a little bit more growth in their playmanship, as Mr. Christie taking a lot of damage here. It seems like they're going to be going down. The damage over time should be able to pick that up. Leoric is going to be moving out of here as well. Twitch chat, I think someone said it in Twitch chat, they were just like double tanking a Malthael, and I was thinking the same thing. That's why I was maybe hoping for that Thrall Phoenix combination. Phoenix, I think, is pretty strong in this map. Thrall would offer that Earthquake, so just a little bit more. They do have one member dropping here. We'll see if they go for the pause. That is going to be happening, so we'll pull it away. Looks like we have a DC at this time. We're going to wait for them to do that, as it is the Raynar who's gone away. Alrighty. Gotta go home. Don't win too quickly so I can watch our victory. Gonna be in game 3. Okay. Hot servers are the best. I would argue Spectrum Internet's the best. Kappa! Alright, I have the readies from one team. We'll see if the other gives us a ready, and then we'll get going back into this game. Really quickly, thank you all once again for hanging out. I apologize for, like, literally every problem that could have gone and happened this evening is probably happening. Okay, alright, cool. Saying that, let's not be hasty. Boy, we got a game in 30 minutes. Go! Alright, we are back into this. Do you have Leoric getting out of the lane? We have the Raynar rejoining at this time. And now it's just kind of that pause, that wait before we get into our first phase, which is going to be popping up in 30 seconds here. No rotations for any of the camps just yet. And that was the one thing that I was curious, is are we going to be seeing these siege camps grabbed? That is going to be Greymane going over to do their left-hand side. And it seems like maybe they'll grab this soon. Not sure. There's a little bit of a wait around the Biotic emitter camp. They don't go for it just yet. They do have... do they have a... Oh, they actually stole away both. Sorry, I'm looking around the main map. I'm kind of catching my thoughts after that. And I'm just like, all right, well, ooh, actually a nice toss coming out from Mr. Christie, but they will have that on cooldown. And Pale going to be coming out from Loyal Knight. Skull Missile out from Jorm. And these do step in. That's a lot of damage going on to Jorm. We have Li Ming poking out as well. Nice connection onto that orb, continuing just to get that poke damage out. Jorm taking a lot of damage here. They do go back into their main form, and that is going to be a Nubrak diving out. That is going to be the first kill, of this phase at least, going out in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. And oh my god, Ana with the nice snipe keeping their Greymane alive, and they just continue to pressure them out. Now they do have 4 seconds left on Malthael's death timer, and this is 70 seconds. They have at least one more good attempt to really try and get onto this point, but they have 20% and counting left to go. They need to make this rush really quickly. It looks like Malthael's gone up into top lane to try and get the clear onto this. I think they're pretty confident with their at least positioning here. That is going to be overtime for them going in. Leoric does have this conveyor belt to have this backline entry. Mr. Christie trying to get the toss onto Loyal Knight. It's not going to be happening. Triglav Punisher does come down. They jump into it with the main tank as well as Li Ming. 7 talent tier in their favor on the side of Fat Rattata. We're not in a rush if you prefer to wait. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, Ryokai. Till this fully finishes. Thank you. That's awesome of you. I know I said it before, it's me personally, just like I don't like people like waiting. Like I always try and time everything out just perfectly, and usually it's right there, but like sometimes like we just get into like every delay possible, and I'm like, oh no. I always feel bad for the teams, because like, you know, I'm West Coast, this is 6 o'clock for me. On the East Coast, this is 9, and your game starts at like 10:30. Excuse me, 9:30. So it's, you know, it's a long night for some people. Either way, Triglav Protector pretty much doing the standard thing here. That's why I kind of just talked over it for a bit. I didn't really expect any kills to be going out. This is typically the play that you want. You take out the front gate in mid lane just to open that up a little bit more so you can have some more chase potential, and then you go into top. You take out the well as the front gate, and what this does is it allows that point B to be a little bit more difficult for your enemies. The reason being is it's a map mechanic. You can see this on Dragonshire often as well. You want to take out the well in those top and bottom lanes on Dragonshire because those are your point control lanes. And so whenever those come up, if the team can't grab their well or tap for mana and health, that's just going to mean that they have to rotate further away. These engagements will go over in your team's favor more often because, well, yes, Ana can heal, but she can't replenish your mana. And that's really where some of these fights get dicey, and you need that. So it's a bit of a ramble, but it's just, if anyone doesn't know, like that is the strategy. That's definitely what you want to go for in your own Hero League, Team League, Quick Match, Unranked Games, AI, whatever you play. It's just little things that you can add to your own play style. Right now, they're playing over this Biotic emitter, and the reason being is they have Malthael soloing in the bottom lane. They have Raynor grabbing this camp on the right-hand side. Mid lane's pushed in so far that's not really worth stepping too far forward, so if they could go for this Biotic emitter, that'd be beneficial for them. Also, it's like having basically a second support during a fight. I think it's like Rhaegar dropping 2 healing totems or Lucio with 2 beatboxes. Oh, they go in for this. The web wrap does come out. They do steal away the Biotic emitter. No, it's actually picked up and dropped. Mr. Christie so low does get picked off, and that's going to be the Greymane in a bit of a bad spot. They do get the kill onto the Greymane. Jorm going to be the next target, it looks like, and they do get the kill as well. That is also a stack for Malthael's last rites. I didn't even see the 10s come out. That was a really good Nubrak cocoon, and now they're going to go ahead and take out this top lane fort, which it just adds to all those points I was literally just mentioning a second ago. It's the pressure that you now have in this lane is very difficult to deal with, and you now also have periodic catapults in this lane as well as passive experience gain for your enemy team, and they want to pressure up into this a little bit more. But I was about to say that might not be the best bet. If they do see Leoric in mid, they could go for an aggressive engage, and that's what they're going for. Loyal Knight taking this long rotation. Fiducia is going to go ahead and just get the Wraithwalk right out of there, and they're kind of overstaying their welcome, and they do back out. Orvic's just trying to get a little bit more mark onto them, trying to get a little bit more onto that level 4, which is throwing shade. Once, like, if the enemy team knows you're trying to do that, I bet they're just, like, trying so hard. It's like when Kael'thas has Convection. You're just like, all right, don't stand in the circle, and you're more observant of Kael'thas's flame strikes than ever before. Oh, that is going to be the Wraithwalk already gone. They're going to be diving onto them. They do have the last rites available, and they don't have that Wraithwalk to really get out of there or kind of deal with any of that. Oh, Mr. Christie pops this. Oh, the Durance of Hate actually going to be coming out from the Malthael. They throw them into the backline. Durance of Hate spreading to a lot of the members. They're getting a bunch of damage out, but no kills just yet. Mr. Christie is so low. Oh my god, they turn around and get the kill onto the Raynor. There's a very good play coming out from the members of Montreal style Beigels as this control point opens up here, pushes them a little bit more into a comfortable spot where they're able to kind of close this experience gap, and now they can move into top lane and take this point. They do not have their fort and well, so that's going to be a little difficult for them, but they can at least get a little bit of charge onto this Triglav Protector in their favor. They'll also grab this fortification camp, which will help them have a little bit more extra siege onto this. I think they know that there's only just the one member, and they're going to play this aggressively. Loyal Knight is going to be getting that initial stun. And they walk them off the point. 15% in favor for Montreal-style Beigels. Rattata is going to be trying to work their way... Oh, they worked their way off at this point. I think they would be going in for it. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I think they're looking for those 13s. Malthael's still soaking in that mid lane. Jorm and friends are just getting this charge as much as they can. Malthael should be able to finish out that, but that is going to be the Garrosh going down a little bit early here. That's not what you want, and that is now turning... Oh, Jorm stepping forward here and taking a lot of damage. The Rainer's Raider is going to be really doing a great amount of work as they get the kill onto the Mephisto. Webwrap did go out onto the Ana, who is silenced as well. Lacerates go onto the Leoric. That will be a kill. That is going to be the Ana going down. Greymane will be the next one, and that is a full 5-member wipe. Li Ming going to be hearthing on this point. They get the initial charge, and this should be the next Triglav Protector in their favor. We do have Leoric trying to spawn a little bit quicker here, trying to steal, excuse me, to sneak away from death. And someone actually mentioned this last night. Also, Frank, Chrome, and Sun, thank you all for the follows during this game. I will resend those once we get out. I just looked over and realized that. Someone was actually saying last night, I think it was it Phantom Puppy? Was saying, like, how do I feel about March of the Black King? Is this a best of 5? This is a best of 3. Slow gonna be going out. They're back on this point. We're letting them get onto this, which is a little weird in my opinion. They are full on health and all of that, but so are the members of Rattata. Endurance of Hate goes out. It does spread to 1. It's going to go over to a couple others. That's a lot of damage going to be coming out. The taunt's going to be there as well. They're trying to get out of here, and that's going to be the last rights onto Mr. Christie. They won't be going down, and Newbrag will be the first one, as well as the Malthael. A very, very strong play coming out in favor for the members of Montreal-style Beigels, and this looks like this should be their first Triglav Protector of the game. That Endurance of Hate getting so much value, spreading to multiple members, locking them down, and they keep grouping up for that. It's the second time it happened, and the first time it was a little close. You know, they didn't get... I don't think they actually ended up getting a lot of winning kills from that, but this time, the spread from it was so powerful. This is going to be Triglav Protector in the favor of Montreal-style Beigels. They will rotate this into the mid lane. I wonder if they're going to go for that mid lane open up and then go for the damage into the bottom lane, just to be trying to prep for control point C. Best of 7? My eyes are bad, but not that bad. That is definitely a 5. They are going to be going for this mid lane pressure. Looks like they at least want to just try and get some periodic catapults there, or take out the gate and at least get a little bit of some structural openings for them. They pinged the well, and you can definitely see what they're going to be going for here. Move up onto this, and yeah. The thing is, though, while Montreal-style Beigels did get the Triglav Protector, 16s aren't too far behind, and they're chasing in on this. I think they want to take the fight the moment they get out of this Triglav Protector, because that should be 16s just about achieved. That they do have it. They snap these picks, they can go in on these fights, and I think that's going to be the play at this time. Triglav Protector will be ending. Loyal Knight looking for a burrow forward. Endurance of Hate is up. Curse Bolt does come out as well. If they can get Endurance of Hate onto one member here, that'll be pretty big for them, because they are a little grouped up, so they can get some value. Garrosh trying to step up. Oh, the web wrap going to be coming out onto Garrosh. There's going to be the burrow forward onto Fairy Dragon. Jorm's looking for some sort of way into this. They do get the inner... Oh, that's going to be the Endurance of Fate coming out. It's going to connect onto the Li Ming. But here's the thing. There's so many members already there. Leoric is going to be going down. The last rights onto the Ana will confirm the kill. They chase onto Mr. Christie. They do not get the stun because the Indomitable is very, very well timed there. They don't... Doesn't look like they're going to be dropping that biotic emitter time soon. Silence will be there for the Mephisto, and they... Oh, wait, Mr. Christie taking the wrong rotation. They could have gone through their mid lane. Toss will be going out. A nice... Oh, the burrow, though, from Loyal Knight. They have to drop this biotic emitter. They do drop it. So they do end up getting that drop, so they don't get that picked up on the side of Fat Rattata. Oh, man, that is good. That was a very good chase. Unfortunately, Mr. Christie taking that weird... I was thinking that he would just go through mid, just, you know, right through mid, be absolutely fine, and boom, gone. No, they double back there, and unfortunately, that will be their demise. I'm colorblind, I can never tell. Level 4 Leoric. I'm trying to remember. Is it Neil Peasants? Ghostly Reach. Ghastly Reach. Excuse me. Consume Vitality is level 1. Thing Vessel. Yeah, I'm... Same rag. Same rag. I'm confused. But, hey. 15 to 17. Fiducia is going to be able to get a little bit more experience for the team. That should push them into that 16 talent tier. Looks like we do have the Siege Camp picked up in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. Rattata. There we go. Sorry, it's like, as I said, like, the band Rattata throws me off every time. Like, my brain just switches every single time, and I don't know why. It just won't do the actual regular one. The Cleanse is going to come out onto the Maltheo. Curse Bullet comes out as well. Durance of Hate will connect onto one, onto the second as well. We do have the Blast Rights going out, and that is going to be Li Ming going down. Krovex is so low here. Razor Swipe coming out from the Greyman. They're trying to get that. They only get the kill onto the Li Ming. That Durance of Hate, as I said before, if they can get one and they're grouped up with a couple others, that seems to be the blow up that they need on the side of Montreal-style Beigels. That is such a good play that they've worked out here. The big question is if they can land it consistently enough in this later half of the game. Once these later game control points... Oh, wait, this is... Yeah, Krovex, you want to back off of that real quick. Just really quickly to run some of the numbers if anyone is missing them. We do have 12 of the 20 stacks for the Ana, full Regeneration Master, full Groundbreaker, full Unyielding Power. Greyman is at 4... I'm trying to think of the talent off the top of my head. I cannot think of it. Wizened Duelist. Stacks, we have 3 Last Rites for the Maltheo, and he's also finished that Throwing Shade. I think that's about everything, as we do have contest coming out. Loyal Knight does have a Burrow. Curse Bullet is there. It doesn't actually connect. Durance of Hate goes out as well. That is going to be a burned ultimate. 46 seconds on that Durance of Hate. Everybody's here, except for Waluigi. I'm like holding my breath. I'm waiting for this engagement. No one stepping up. No one going too far. Nice massive shove coming out from Stukov. We'll be pushing Fiducia very far away from this fight. They just disengage from it. They say, oh, we don't have Leoric anymore, so let's just not take this engagement. Also, 20s are very, very closely approaching for the members of Fat Rattata. They also have this top lane pressure that's going to be consistently winning out. They grab a fortification camp in their favor. Waluigi, absolutely. Everybody's here. Except for Waluigi. Too soon for the Waluigi joke. Oh my god, I really hope, Frank. I really, really hope for that. They do take over this point on the side of Montreal-style Beigels. Crazy Ivan will be getting the blink out of there just fine. And I think they're going to be holding this over. Now, meanwhile, the longer they delay this, this is actually beneficial. Giving this over to the members of Montreal-style Beigels is good because they're going to be losing out on this top lane keep if they can delay this out. Also, they're slowly approaching those 20s. But it won't be quick enough. They're not going to be losing the keep that quickly. They're going to need to find some sort of engagement. Durance of Hate is off cooldown. We do have the Curse of Bull come out as well. Biotic Emitter will be there. Massive shove onto Mr. Christie. Web Wrap going to be there as well. We do have a new wreck with the Burrow out, and that is going to be the Durance of Hate coming out, and it will be connecting onto the Li Ming, but that is only going to be one. Maltheo will be going down. We do have Greymane able to hearth away in the bush on the left-hand side. Fury will be going down as well. The overtime is going to be there. Loyal Knight taking so much damage. Fairy Dragon is actually going to be tossed forward by the Garrosh. Crazy Ivan trying to dump as much damage in the backline as possible, and they make it out. But here's the thing, late game Triglaw Protector has been picked up, and this is going to be barreling through bottom lane, maybe even taking out a keep. Greymane did get to the top lane to make sure that this isn't going to be a dead keep, going to be keeping that alive for the time being. Meanwhile, we do have this Triglaw Protector in bottom lane pushing in so very strong. Nice Burrow coming out from Loyal Knight, but the thing is they're fighting 1v5 basically at this point with some damage coming out from Green Pickles and Crazy Ivan as best as they can do. They're looking for these angles, but the Triglaw Protector is a big boy and is really going to be body blocking a lot of that damage. Curse Bullet comes out from the Greymane. That's just going to be the Nubrek making it out. They tap their well, which was not taken out when that mid lane push happened. They do manage to go for this bottom lane keep front gate. This Triglaw Protector sitting at 59%. We do have everyone back up and available for the members of Fat Rattata. We have a little bit of a dive going into Loyal Knight. Fear Whip does have that healing for the friendly team. Crazy Ivan trying to find these angles once again for just dumping out the damage. Catapult pressure and XP in favor for the members of Montreal style Beigels as they take this keep. Burrow forward from the Anubrak, but unfortunately it's not going to be connecting on anyone. Fiducia will be getting the impale there. Curse Bolt does come out once again from the Greymane. They're just trying to slow them down in this chase because, well, they've got that 20 talent tier and they want to use it. They're just like, oh, you got these really, really shiny new talents that are pretty strong. Let us chase you. And you can see that they're definitely doing that. They're trying to get the dismount with this Triglav Protector, which is going to be ending in 6 seconds here. They're just retreating all the way back. And here's the thing, though. Top lane, once again, catapult pressure and everything else is going to be fairly strong. They move it into this mid lane. They want to just continue to get more pressure in their favor into these lanes. We do have... Oh, I saw that little Skull Missile come out, and I was like, Durance of Hate? Wait, what? Where's the team? But no, that's not going to be the case, and they will just be having their 20 talent tier advantage and able to walk around this map, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. Cranky Hero, what's up? It's alright, I'm gold. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of the Twitch chat currently. We have a game. We got a good game too. This is going to be a close one, I do think. This is going to be a long game, but it's going to be definitely a close game. 20 to 20s. Your Storm talent tiers for all. Malthael going into the Mimic. Okay, I was curious what he was going to be taking at this level 20. It's going to be that Mimic. Let's see, anything... Fisto actually going to be going for Final Curtain. Okay. Not something that we often see. I'm waiting because there's gonna be an engagement. Where's the Durance of Hate that's gonna be coming out? Curse Will comes out. That's gonna be the Durance of Hate. It won't be connecting because it actually hit a Nubrak way too early there, and that is going to be the March of the Black King coming out. There's gonna be the massive shove, but it doesn't connect. The taunt goes out as well. They have the toss, and that is going to be Stukov going down. Korvax seems to be the next target, but they don't get killed. They actually kill the Garrosh. Stukov goes down as well as Garrosh goes down. Stukov goes down. Malthael's down. Anna's down. We have the Greymane so low. That is going to be the Greymane as well, so a 3-for-2 trade in favor for the members of Fat Rattata, and they also steal away this Biotic Emitter camp and using their own turret as well to help them get that. Meanwhile, bottom lane has catapult pressure mounting that needs to get dealt with because, well, they took this bottom lane keep during that C point Triglav Protector, and that is going to get them consistent catapult pressure. 4 of them already amounting down here, and this will be something you need to deal with once somebody gets up. But this is going to burn through quite a bit. The Orc is also making sure that they're getting this push in here, but are they going to find Malthael? Web Rep does go out. Nubrak has 2 stuns. Li Ming has a Green Pickle setting up as well. A lot of damage coming out. That's going to be 1 stun. They do get out of there. The Mimic does get some value as well. They get another stun in there, and that is going to be Jorm getting killed. We do have Fiducia saying, sorry, I did all I can. Unfortunately, I cannot give you my March of the Black King, so that is just going to be me saying, no thank you. Meanwhile, their core is taking some shield damage. Doesn't look like it will lose any percentage. No, that'll just take a little bit more shielding. They gotta watch this bottom lane. That's the important thing that they need to do right now because consistent catapult pressure is something that is not you can avoid. You can't just ignore this. It is something that will constantly be there, and you need to deal with it. Whereas this top lane has got to be just an eyesore on the map for the members of Fat Rattata. Excuse me. Nubrak, where are you going there? Okay. Some massive anchoring coming out from Loyal Knight. They did take the 20 March. Drain Hope. Applies Drain Hope to them. But I mean, Buried Alive silences whoever's in there. That's just devastating. Durance of Hate into Buried Alive? Ooh, it's a bad day. Alright, Crazy I'm gonna take a little bit of damage here. Loyal Knight sitting in this bush, waiting for anyone to just step up a little too far. Fiducia seems to be that target for the time being. They're trying to get the double stun. That is gonna be the Wraithwalk coming out. They get the toss. The Durance of Hate will be coming out and connecting onto 1. It's gonna spread to a second. Turret comes out as well. They get the double kill. Oh, they end up making their way out of here, but that's a 60-second death timer. Green Pickles is getting some damage onto Fiducia. They get a lot of marks onto these members. They're also going to be getting some knockback from Crazy Ivan. The cleanse is going to be there. Crazy Ivan says, can't go that way, sorry. Looks like Corvex, you might be dying here. I think that might be the case. I don't know if they're going to be able to defend this, and that looks like Malthael's going to be going down. They're throwing the Greymane forward. Crazy Ivan isn't going to be getting connected from the Cursed Bullet, and it looks like we have ourselves a game number 3. I don't think that Li Ming and Green Pickles can defend this. They don't really have anything and to like actually bolster their own strengths here. Oh my god. This is starting to go a little bit bad. Durance of Fate comes out, does connect onto the Li Ming. They do have the oh, this is Last Rites I think went out. Taunts there on the no, Last Rites can't go out. Sorry, I heard some bell and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. It was going very south, but unfortunately for the members of Fat Rattata, it is not south enough, and that is going to be game number 2 going over. Yeah, welcome back to Heroes Lounge. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Montreal-style Beigels, and on the right, we have Fat Rattata. That's not right. That's the name of the band. I thought about it for a second, and I was just like, don't mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up. We have Fat Rattata. There we go. I actually can say it at least the way that the Google pronunciation is. I don't know why. My brain just keeps going back to the band. We do have some Why by Far. Missed something. Oh, maybe by something else. Either way, we have some map bans. I'm reading Twitch chat too much. I am enjoying all of you all hanging out. But let's get over this. We had some map bans. The coin flip was won by Montreal-style Beigels. They went ahead and banned out Sky Temple. Fat Rattata banned out Infernal Shrines. Battlefield of Eternity was game number 1 by Montreal-style Beigels. They lost that. They chose Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. They won that. Members of Fat Rattata wanted the first pick for this game 3, and so they have decided to take us to Braxis Holdout on the side of Montreal-style Beigels. Let's go ahead and get into this. Rip though, Stukov, one trick. Ooh, maybe. Yes, by far. Oh, why by far? Thank you, Jozel. I'm Potato. Not playing today, I was late, missing, so I feel bad, bumped this up. Gotcha. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you for just hanging out. Okay, Stukov, Diablo going to be banned out on the side of Montreal-style Beigels. Fat Rattata will be banning out the high mobility, and they pick up the Garrosh themselves. They're going to be looking for that engage potential, that self-cleanse, as well as just the AoE taunt. We'll see what they'll do with that. Now, that Mephisto worked out really, really strong for them. I wonder if they prioritize that highly again, because this is another map where you're going to be having a lot of members grouping together. They might be able to run something a little synergistic with that. Now, granted, that also wasn't AoE taunt. They do pick up the Hanzo, and they pick up the Malthael very early. Cho'Gall! It's Cho'Gall! That's it! It's Cho'Gall! I'm calling it now. Just Cho'Gall. Totally. That's what it is. It's absolutely going to be that. Please. I just want a Cho'Gall so bad. Heroes Lounge. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I'm just a little upset with you that I haven't had a Cho'Gall match. Whitemane will be picked up, a great hero for this map. She has great poke, and being able to mark members with that zeal and then just keep them healed up. I did not realize how massive Whitemane's staff was. It's piercing through our timer in the top. Oh, there was a Zuni Boy Whisper? Was there a Zuni Boy Whisper? From what? Cho'Gall. Yes, see, everybody, yes. I believe too. If they ban out something like a Nubarak, I mean, they wouldn't ban out a Nubarak, or like, they could ban out Greymane. If they banned out Greymane, it might be a little bit. They do take away the Raynor. Raynor is something that was highly prioritized by Green Pickles throughout this evening. Doesn't seem like they'll be able to pick that up. They could go for that Phoenix instead. Phoenix is a fairly strong hero on this map, would pair well into that Thrall, who could go into the Earthquake, even the Sundering, just or the AoE taunt. Oh, Phantom Puppy. This channel is all about those great heroes that we never get to see. I'm all like, as much as a meta boy that I am, I also am just like, throw a Cho'Gall in there. Just do it. Just lean into it. Throw a Cho'Gall in there. Why not? Papega, very much so. Also, if there are any recommendations to emotes that I should add, please let me know. Joanna's going to be picked up. Cho'Gall Dream is dead. They go for those blinds. They could pick up some more blinds if they went to Lily. I don't know if that's the play. It's going to be Alexstrasza. Her Royal Thickness is going to be coming into this game. She'll be able to get those big heals out for the members of the team. They do have their Malthy for the solo lane that will be going into the Thrall. They could pick up that Phoenix, as I talked about before. Purification Salvo is great here, as well as the Planet Cracker. It's actually a really, really, I wouldn't say cheesy, but it's and I wouldn't say good. It's kind of in between cheese and good of ability just to clear out the wave and burn through that Zerg. They don't really have any massive wave clear at the time. That will be the Jaina, actually, and the Phoenix, so they're not going to go for Planet Cracker, I don't think. This is going to be Purification Salvo. Don't even get him started on TLV. Oh my god, TLV! This isn't a TLV map at all. Unless you want to run them at 3-stack in top lane and body something. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, TLV's so good. There's so much passive experience gained through them. And if your team can coordinate and fight, I completely have not been talking about draft because TLV is super, super exciting. I love them. Oh my god. A good TLV player is just like... Would you say it's Gouda cheese? Okay. All right. That's... Okay. Okay. I see what you did there. It's very good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get right into this loading screen in just a second. Gul'dan was the last member picked up on the side of Montreal-style Beigels. This draft. I am very unsure of who I like more in this draft. TLV is the poor man's Samuro. I can agree with that. I suck at Samuro. I've tried him recently. I'm not very good. Oh, man. I used to play Warcraft 3, every TLV player. It's actually, correction, it's usually StarCraft, okay? You need the macro skills from that. Only people who played Warcraft 3 are really good at Samuro. No, it's... They translate. It's I used to play RTS in general. It's definitely what we get. But, alright, we got a match. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, game number 3 between these two teams. Let's find out who will take it. On the left-hand side, up a game trying to win it themselves, we have the members of Montreal-style Beigels with Thordis going to be on the Gul'dan. Fairy Dragon will be on the Alexstrasza. We have Jorm going to be on the Hanzo. Mr. Christie on the Joanna, and Fiducia going to be on the
10 seconds.
Malthiel. Sorry, I was thinking of doing this the moment the game, like, way too late. All right, on the right-hand side, trying to take the series themselves, we have Fat Rattata. We have Krovex going to be on the Thrall in that solo lane. We'll be having Loyal Knight on the Garrosh. Jane will be played by Crazy Ivan. Fury Whip will be on the White Mane, and Green Pickles on the Phoenix. Let's get into this bottom lane. Joanna actually going to be going into the Hold Your Ground at level 1. Trying to skim through these level 1 talents. Jaina going to be going for the Mana Addict. Nice Toss going to be going on to Mr. Christie. That is going to be the Iron Skin used as well. There's going to be some snow dropped on the ground from... Ooh, blink out from Green Pickles as they took a lot of damage there right up front. That is a little bit different from Raynor. You do have kind of... you kind of have a little bit of shielding in a sense, but it's going to be the kind that... it can be initially burnt down. You can't just pop it like Raynor. We do actually have Hanzo going into the Scatter Arrow, that simple geometry at level 1. Interesting first choice there. Just going to be trying to get as much value with that as possible. Usually we see the target practice coming out from them at level 1, just to trying to get that extra range is something that I've seen from a lot of teams lately, as well as the redemption stacks. But because it's the changes that came into how simple geometry works, now getting auto attacks onto the enemy team get you cooldown reduction rather than just auto attacks in general giving you a cooldown reduction. The other factors to note, this, like Blackheart's Bay, are the shortest objective timers in the game for the initial start. Blackheart's Bay is 1 minute for the chest, and this is 1:30 for the objective. The initial marker going to be at 1 minute. Either way, we do have Loyal Knight taking a bit of poke damage. White Mane will get some nice healing out. They do have that healing circle out from Alexstrasza. And now, Beacon Phase up for both teams. Loyal Knight going to be taking a decent amount of damage and needing to back off. Maybe has well. Fury will be able to get the Clemency onto them, get that healing, and that will be positive charge going over in favor for the members of Montreal-style Beigels. Tosca's come out from Loyal Knight. They jump right back onto this point. Malthiel seems to be doing well in that solo lane. We'll take a peek at that in top lane. Seems like, yeah, Krovex is just getting pushed back. Fiducia just having a grand old time up here. Not really pushing the wave, not doing too much, and it's just kind of a standstill while they get a decent amount of charge for that top lane. Loyal Knight taking a lot of damage from Gul'dan, who's already sitting at 12 stacks. Also to note, Jorm is sitting at 17 out of the 20 necessary for simple geometry. I like to play Hanzo. Keyword like, he just finished it. I like to play Hanzo, and I do not finish it in 2 minutes and 21 seconds at all. That is a great pickup for them. We have a toss going to be going out. Mr. Christie can take a little bit of damage. A little bit of a 4-talent tier advantage in favor for them as well. Seems like they're going to be continuing to get decent amount of pressure on this. Loyal Knight is going to try and at least stall this out as best they can. JB Sheds, what is up? Thank you for coming by, my friend. Got to use a lot of your transitions this evening, and you'll continue to see them throughout as we do have another match after this one. Another best of 3 will be following this one right after. The teams were awesome and amazing enough to just say, hey, we'll wait for that match to end and yeah, let's get these games casted. So, if you're enjoying this match, there's another one right after it. Fury Whip will be getting some healing onto Crazy Ivan. They do pressure this bottom a little bit harder. They do have the availability for no charge to go over against them. Just holding this bottom in this aggressive position is working out for them fairly well. Mr. Christie will be stepping up. Gul'dan getting some poke out as well. Trying to get that toss and into the groundbreaker, but unfortunately the Iron Skin was used there at the last second. Ooh, toss going to be going out. Mr. Christie going to be taking a lot of damage here. They might be able to get this kill, and that isn't going to be enough. Alex Strauss going to be popping the Dragon form. That will be Phoenix going down. First kill of the game going over to Montreal style Beigels. Ooh. Mr. Christie, yes. Mr. Christie was playing Garrosh in the last game and played ETC in the first game. Loyal Knight played the... what was the tank in game number 1? No, it wasn't a Nubarak. Was it Garrosh? I think it was Garrosh, then a Nubarak, then Garrosh? I can't remember what Loyal Knight was on the first game. I know a Nubarak for game number 2. Pretty certain. Yes, they were. Sorry. I had to think about that one. I was just like, was it? Thrall does finish out their Echo the Elements at level 1 questing talent there. Gul'dan is sitting at 20 out of the 40 necessary stacks. They currently picked up the entire Zerg wave. Now they do have, the changes did come into these Zerg waves and how they operate, so there is going to be a few Zerglings. We're going to have some Ultralisks. Hunterlisks? No. Oh my god. Hydralisks. And then we're gonna have some Guardians as well. I don't know why, but I felt the need to make sure that I know all my Zerg units. Mr. Loyal Knight, is going to be going and stepping up onto Jorm in that backline a little bit, trying to just find some of these angles, also getting some more stacks on that Groundbreaker from level 1. And they push this in fairly good. They're going to open up the gate. Toss goes out onto Mr. Christie. The Iron Skin is going to be used. It's completely shredded through. Just a couple hundred health sitting on them. They want to poke at this well. As I noted on Volskaya Foundry, there is a huge amount of value you get from having these wells taken away. The sustain in the solo lane at this point is going to be a little bit more difficult in that top lane. Seems like right now just going to be Thrall in the solo lane, or in the bottom lane for now, going into that Gul'dan. Just Orc v Orc down there. Take a little peek at this as they do get the root. They're going to be stepping up here. Korvax getting a decent amount of damage. They could just go ahead and get the... Oh, do they have another one? Oh, very close. They will have the Hearth away. They are going to be sending down Malthael to match the Thrall, which we saw at the beginning was winning out quite well, but I wonder if this is going to be a little bit later in the game. They're not going to be struggling as much now that they have a little bit more of their kit evolved. We do have Hanzo on this camp over here, which does allow them, with the build that they've gone for, they do get the toss. Do they have the agility over the wall? They do. It looks like Fairy Dragon will have the heal as well. Korvax is trying to find that backline entry into this team, trying to just get some roots and some poke onto them. They are going to be fighting over this on the aggressive side, and they note this and they say, you know what? It's not worth pushing into this. Yo, Hostile, what's up? Thanks for coming by, bud. Loyal Knight able to make it out just fine. Oof. Getting close there. Jorm also going to be getting a little bit more poke into them, and now we just reset into... I do believe we should have our next beacon phase starting up here in probably 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like a 2-minute counter in between. That doesn't sound right. Top lane is actually going to be Green Pickles switching into Fiducia, so they're going to be swapping out their solo lane, at least for the time being. Korvax is just staying in bottom lane, making sure they get the clear onto this and just pushing. And honestly, the experience and the level between these two teams is fairly close. We've only had 1 kill so far. No massive, damage into structures. We've only had realistically a little bit of damage into this gate. Poke going to continue to come out. They have this camp to deal with as well. Can Garrosh find backline entrance onto a fight with Fiducia? I don't think it's going to even really yield them anything. They do have the Jane up here now. If they can get Fiducia out of position, they could go for that blow up. That is the potential for it. They're not showing on map, and this is really, really risky. They do have some bottom lane pressure that is going to go over very, very well in their favor while they're kind of just sharking around. They will be grabbing this camp. Well, Knight going to be stepping up. They do get this stun and everything onto Fiducia. They do dodge the shade as well. Green Pickles is going to be moving up, trying to get some damage. Purification Salvo is going to be used as well. I don't think this will yield them the kill. That's a 90-second cooldown that they have just... 90 second? 100 second? 90 seconds. At least these Hellbats are going to be picked up. We do have Fiducia having to Hearth back in the top lane. Now bottom's been opened up quite a bit. The Provex is going to have to back off, and they hold these points 1-1 each. 10s are going to be achieved for both teams. I'm looking through. Nothing too out of the ordinary for either team. It's pretty much standard talents as to be kind of expected. Horrify does come out. The Indomitable is going to be used almost at the exact same time. Taunt is going to shred through the Gul'dan. They also have the Ring of Frost connecting onto one. Sunder is going to be following up as well. Chain Lightning going to be connecting onto a couple. They keep them alive for now, but that is going to be Hanzo going down. That is also going to be the toss out onto Krovax in front of Mr. Christie, and they blow up the Joanna, making Joanna look absolutely just paper thin. I saw Phoenix disappear off the map, and I was like, how did I just not get a death alert? Also, their health pool was high enough. Like, what? Small charge is going to go over in favor for the members of the red team. Looks like Loyal Knight will be moving their way up here, and I think Fiducia knows, so they're just like, all right, let's not step up onto this. This might not be the best play for me. Oh. Yeah, they know that they shouldn't go onto that. Jaina is going to be... do they have the... Oh my god, the self-cleanse right there, and then the taunt will be there, and that is another pick onto Gul'dan, who literally just resurrected. Looks like we are going to be having some blinds go out onto Garrosh. Loyal Knight needs to make their way out of here. They need to get some healing. That Zeal from Whitemane is going to get a decent amount onto them. They also are going to be having... There's going to be a nice Inquisition to get some healing out on that Garrosh, who did have the Zeal mark onto them. They do also pick up another stack. Excuse me, they did finish the Groundbreaker already. They're all going to be stepping up quite quickly here. Phoenix is going to be going down in top lane. Apologize for missing that one. Fiducia will be getting that kill and holding over the top lane. And now bottom lane, the pressure that they have, it's... Oh, actually, Gul'dan's going to be back. I was looking, I was like, wait, how is it 4v4? I was... Oh, Gul'dan. The death timers are not that long this early into the game. So we do have some vision coming out for the Hanzo. They do try and step up onto this. Garrosh looking for a toss, but they just don't want to do it right onto the Joanna once again, who probably has Iron Skin. But hey, they're going to go for it. Iron Skin is going to be popped. Dragon Form is going to be used by the Alexstrasza. Horrify will be out as well. Self-Cleanse used on Loyal Knight. Blessed Shield, and that is a Dragon Breath from that Dragon to pick off the Jaina. They now have positive charge in their favor. Krovix is saying, you know what? I got to use my Wind Fury and get out of here. I'll poke out with my Chain Lightning. Toss, and oh, the taunt a little bit too late. They were able to pop the Iron Skin. There's also going to be the arrow from Hanzo setting up for so much. There's going to be the Zeal, or excuse me, the Scarlet Aegis from Fury Whip, which is going to keep them alive for now. That is going to be the Cleansing Flame coming out from Alexstrasza, who's getting some healing as well as some damage out here. They will be dropping back and dropping also a Healing Circle from Mr. Christie. Toss goes out onto Krovix, trying to put them in front, trying to get the kill onto Mr. Christie. They don't have the follow-up in time, and it looks like they'll be able to make it out of here alive. They also get 100% Zerg charge in their favor. Now, this is a decent amount of Zerg for the members of Fat Rattata, but once again, this is just all in favor for the members of Montreal style Beigels. They're going to be easily able to push into this. This should be the bottom lane fort going down, which will give them that periodic catapult pressure advantage and also some passive experience gain. I don't think that they can burn this down in time, especially with the Gul'dan poking in like that. The Guardians, oh wait, no, this Ultralisk is going to go down. Guardians aren't in range for it. They're going to save their bottom lane fort still. Meanwhile, in top lane, Malthael, I wouldn't say is struggling, but definitely getting pushed in here. We do have a fight starting to break out. That is going to be Mr. Christie taking a lot of damage. That is going to be the Horrify. There's also going to be the arrow from Hanzo. Blessed Shield to stop the Phoenix from getting the blink out. There's going to condemn as well. Scarlet Aegis is going to be used. Purification Salve will be connecting onto Mr. Christie and crew. One goes down, but Jorm with just under 100 health. They want to chase us further. Gul'dan seems to be like the next target, and that will be picked off as well. Zerg Wave does go down, should be popping back up here at the 13.5 minute mark in game, and now they can rotate off, and with the 2 dead, they could could go for boss, and I think that's the play exactly. They want to take this boss as quickly as possible because that's going to give them some pressure into... We literally talked about this on Battlefield of Eternity. So this is based on the structure advantage. This will go into bottom lane because it is the more well-defended lane. Top lane doesn't have any towers, so it's going to be a little bit harder for them to push in. Oh, this top lane fort. Both of these forts are so absolutely low. We're going to be seeing this rotate into bottom lane, exactly. Because of the 2 towers that they have. In case you didn't know. Whew. Alright. Boss is going to be pushing into bottom lane. Hanzo does have those serrated arrows from level 7. And so they will be able to have the increased... Oh no, they'll have just the cooldown advantage. They're not going to be actually having the serrated... The serrated arrows are level 4. Either way, this boss is going to get shredded. They do take down the well. This is going to be the fort taking a minimal amount of damage. They do have this camp pushing in with it as well, but that will be cleared out. They don't... Oh, wow, a nice stun onto a couple members, but the Blessed Shield not connecting. They also use the Indomitable. That is going to be the Horrify coming out. Loyal Knight seems to be getting hit. Never Outmatched. That's what... I don't know. I confuse Never Outmatched and Serrated Arrows. I always swap them for some reason. Oof. Top lane Thrall pushing in a little bit. We do have the Siege Camp going to be picked up, and that should be pushing... Okay, so yeah, 13.5 minutes. It's 2 minutes total, but it's minute 30 for the actual timer to proc in-game. Okay. Hot footing out there. Or puddin'? I'm not sure. Fort does go down to the minion wave. Oh, this bush party, though. Oh my god, the heads up just to know that they were there. They do pop the Indomitable. They move over to Fairy Dragon, who gets taunted and everything, and that is going to be the Alexstrasza going down before they can even pop the Dragon form. Mr. Christie taking a lot of damage. The Ring of Frost will be coming out, not connecting on anyone. Purification Salvo will be connecting onto the rest of the team, but that's not enough. Jorm is going to be the target here, and they do not make it out, and that is going to be 2 kills in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. Bottom and top going to be grabbed. This should be positive charge in their favor. This will be heading bottom lane. Another little thing that if you didn't know, like I was explaining on Battlefield of Eternity, you can actually see where the Zerg pens are. You can see in the bottom left of this map it's red. Top left it's going to be blue. That is going to be the lanes that they go into, and it does swap every single time you go in between these. Garrosh is going to be doing their best on bottom lane, but I think they do see that there's 3 members walking up and saying, you know what, I'll wait for my team to rotate. This is not worth it. Also, with the 16 talent tier advantage that they have, not really worth giving that over, and they're going to be doing that cheeky play of just rotating into top lane. If they can pick up this Joanna kill, that'll be big for them. Green Pickles should finish this out. They couldn't step up onto this. Fiducia will cancel it out for now. Low Knight looking for a target. Doesn't seem like they can find one for the time being. Crazy Avon just getting a little bit more poke out. Cool damn with just a lot of this corruption damage and just so much damage over time is so it's so absolutely just it's such a nuisance to deal with. Charge once again. No one going into bottom to kind of turn that over. They want to seemingly fight with the 16 talent tier once they actually get it. They're like a minion off. There we go. So they're going to get it. 60% in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. Loyal Knight stepping up. The Indomitable is going to be used. They toss the Gul'dan to the backline. That's going to be the Dragon form way far away. The Horrify comes out just to save them, and that's going to be working out for now. That is going to be the taunt coming out from the Garrosh as well. The Warlord Shell's getting a lot of value. Last Right's going to be going out onto Loyal Knight. They get the kill. Ring of Frost will be connecting onto the Hanzo. Fairy Whip getting a little bit low here. The Cleansing Flame out from Alexstrasza will pick up the kill onto the White Mane, getting the rest of the team healed up, and that is 2 very good kills in favor for the members of Montreal style Beigels. They can quickly rotate into bottom lane and at least pick up this beacon, and that might be charge for them. Green Pickles might try and actually stall that out, but no, they're going to go for the clear on the wave, so Maltheo should be able to pick that up. Well, they also get the fort in the top lane. This is really starting to turn in favor for Montreal style Beigels as Corvex is going to get scattered out in that bush. Looks like every stacking quest, even... Oh my god, I just realized this Punisher is going to be done. No, Subdue. Subdue? Yes, Subdue is going to be finished as well. Just... Ooh. That's just rough right there. Alright. Boss is going to be cleared out and taken down. Go ahead and see we got some Hanzo with the arrow, so just they can get a little bit of vision out for the friendly team. They will be jumping over onto this point, and they'll have that picked up as well. positive charge for a second, but Loyal Knight will be stopping that for the time being. Now they move over to the siege camp that will be pushing into the top lane. Now, this is a weird turnaround this late game. Oh my god, the arrow to come out as well. The Horrify. Oh, everything is used. Everybody's here. Another stack for the Malthael there on the last right. Literally everybody hits our subdue finish. Never actually seen it done before. It's actually, I don't get any Cho'Galls in Heroes Lounge, but this is the second time in Heroes Lounge I've actually seen a Joanna with a done subdue. And it's probably not the first time that I've just missed it. I'm sure that there's a couple other. Mr. Christie will be finishing that. I feel like most people take subdue and almost never finish it. It's one stack. Zergwave will be barreling through that top lane. They do have a decent amount charged up in favor for the members of Fat Rattata. I want to push into this. Okay, sorry, I'm looking across the map and just seeing how they're setting this up. Okay, so Gul'dan's going to be a little bit late. Almost everything's off cooldown. Everything on the side, the red team, is going to be ready to go here. Banglings are going to be cleared out a little bit. That's a big thing, too, is making sure those Banglings are cleared out because they get a lot of early push value for your team. They do confirm this keep, and they want to push in a little bit harder here. Toss going to be going out onto Fiducia. Taunt going to be there as well. Hanzo with a nice arrow. Blessed Shield to follow up. Horrify to separate the team. Sundering will be there to stall this out. Phoenix goes down right away. Ring of Frost will be out from Jaina. That is going to be a lot of damage going out onto the Gul'dan, but they end up making it out just fine here, and that is also going to be pressure onto this core. Loyal Knight taking a lot of damage here. The toss will be out. They make it through the gate. Krovex will be making it out as well. They're cycling through, but the core is losing health. It's going down very quickly here, and they also have Dragon Form in the... Alexstrasza in the Dragon Form. Loyal Knight taking a lot of damage from that corruption from the Gul'dan. This is starting to... Oh my god. Fiducia is so low here, they don't actually get the last rights potential onto them. That wasn't on cooldown, and they're just rotating around this core. They're just saying, we want to be able to take this, we just want to end off of this, and I think they're able to do it. There's going to be game number 3 going over to the members of Montreal Style. Beigels, GG. Well played.